Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. And if this is your first time, my name is Jocelyn with J&J Strong. I am coming to you with something that I've been struggling with for a really long time. A family that truly knows me knows that I've been struggling with weight loss, my health, and as I sit here right now, I think back on all the changes that I once made that have tremendously been reversed. What do I mean by that? I have changed the lifestyle that I had. I was physically fit. I was consuming 120 grams of protein a day, eating my fruits and vegetables. I was in such a mode, a healthy mode, that I literally let myself go. And you're probably wondering why. There's so many factors. And I wanted to be transparent with everyone and let you know that I've been dealing with some mental health issues or challenges. Mental health challenges.
Whoa!
This is what I like to use. Some of you guys know that I recently lost my nephew, who I totally adored. He was my firstborn nephew to my sister, my oldest sister. And he was the little boy that I've always wanted when I was little. I literally would do everything I possibly can to make him happy. I remember back in the day, I was about 13 years old, 14 years old. I was staying with my sister and I would literally sleep with him in his room. He had a little car bed. It was like the cutest little thing. And it was just, he was my entire world. I became an aunt at a very young age that he became like an extension to me. It was really, really hard when he passed. And up until the other day, I still find things that belong to him in the house. And I'm like, oh gosh, that just, it kills me. But I'm in a better mental state. But since then, since his passing, I want to say that I've gained 20 pounds, no, 15, 20 pounds. I definitely let myself go. And not just that, I did deal with a teenage runaway. That was really hard. That killed me. My daughter may not understand it now, but I had to take a whole week out of my job looking for her. And then when I found out where she was, I literally went like this. I'm going to let her come back. I found her IP address, and I was able to track her to the apartment where she was staying. I decided that now that I found her, that I physically know where she is, I'm going to let her come back on her own. But that was mentally draining. And this was like maybe a few weeks before her 18th birthday is when I found out. I would say 2 weeks before her 18th birthday is when I found out where her physical location was. But she may not understand. That was the most painful thing. The second to most painful thing that I had to deal with as a mom. And it took a toll on me. And I always think to myself, why did I allow myself to be consumed by these thoughts, by these emotions? We're human. A mom would always be a mom, no matter what. So as I sit here out of breath, is because I am literally full. Like, I'm full. But part of this video, not just about mental health awareness, but how my mental health challenges have contributed to my weight gain. I'm going to show you a picture of what I actually looked like before and what I look like now. I don't know if I'll post now, but it's really difficult. Like, I need to take accountability for myself. And tomorrow I see my weight loss doctor, and I'm a little bit nervous because as of this morning I was 217 pounds, and too many of you guys may think that that's not a lot, but I'm only 5'4", and when I gain the weight, I gain it mainly in my stomach area. So that has been a little bit challenging too. I do get rashes like underneath my stomach, so that's a little bit uncomfortable for me. But I just, just being completely transparent, I feel that, like, I know that I need a tummy tuck. I know that I need lipo before I get my tummy tuck because of the shape of my body. Unfortunately, I carry all my weight in my stomach. So as I gain the weight, I look pregnant. I just don't understand that. My legs get thick, my arms get thick, like literally my face gets thicker, but my stomach gets bigger. So I started bodybuilding recently, and I had to take a step back because I ended up getting sick. And then a few days ago, I twisted my ankle, and because I had an injury already, I couldn't walk, I couldn't run, I couldn't do anything. So I'm kind of like starting day one type of thing. The reason why I am doing this video as well is because this is my accountability to my journey. This is going to be the last of my excuses. I have come so far with my weight loss. To regain it back was the hardest thing that me physically had to deal with, like on a physical level. It almost feels like I'm suffocating in my own body. Like, I don't know if anyone is dealing with that who's obese, morbid obese, or overweight, but it feels like I'm suffocating in my own body. I go up a flight of stairs and I'm like, I can't breathe. I walk up the street and I'm like out of breath. Like, it's tough. Like, and I'm talking about, like, I'm a person who actually used to jog 2 miles. So I would do half a mile jogging, half a mile walking, half a mile jogging, half a mile walking. I can't even do that. I can't even do a quarter of a mile walking without me being suffocated, So tomorrow I see my doctor, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna start me off on some medication that is definitely needed. However, I want to just kind of go back to the beginning of time. Growing up, I was that girl that would go dumpster diving just to find. Now, mind you, I was born in the 80s. And I grew up, my childhood was 80s and early 90s. So I would literally, my parents had money. The thing is that I was hiding already at a young age. I was hiding. I was binge eating at such a young age. I would literally go into the dumpster, grab the cans and bottles of, you redeemed them for 5 cents at the liquor store. So I would redeem them there. I would get maybe a buck or two. I would buy Doritos, Snickers, penny candies, and soda. That was the majority of my weekend. And it was almost like a treat. I always had that hustling mentality. So growing up, how was I able to get the stuff that I really wanted was to dumpster dive, garbage pick, whatever you want to call it, 5 cents every can redemption, and I got the treat. And on top of that, back then, I don't know if anyone remembers, late 80s or early 90s, the Doritos bags, they had the little peel off, and it said, win a free bag or win a free Coke or whatever the case is. Well, I would scratch them off, peel it just a little bit, like scratch them off a little bit. And if it wasn't the winner, I would put that bag away. I will grab another bag, and I would make sure to find the bag with the free bag of chips, because I was so addicted to Doritos. Like, Doritos was my thing. Coke was my thing. Wait, I don't know if it was Coke or Pepsi. I don't remember. But that was my thing. Like, I was so addicted to that I, as a young girl, I remember consuming this stuff. Like, my parents didn't know. My mom was too busy doing laundry, cleaning the house. My father was working. In the exceptions to Sundays, Sundays was strictly family time, where my father would, guess what? My father and my mom, where would they take us? Out to eat. So we were always eating. That was just a way of life for us. My father would take us to every single restaurant you can possibly imagine. And we ate. There was one place, I think it was in Peabody, called Hometown Buffet, whatever you want to call it. My mom, we were just talking about this, and we would literally drive an hour. Well, actually, it was about half hour from us, but it's about an hour from where I live now, just to go. Like, literally just to go. Like, that was just our routine. And that was like on Sundays. And then my father started finding new places, and then we started going, and there was 5 of us. So I know that it was costly, but somehow they figured it out. But anyways, I was active as a kid, but not as active as I should have. We would play tag. We would play baseball. We would play like all these different games. The majority of time, that was like on a Saturday, maybe during vacations. It would be during the week and things like that. So I was kind of physically active, but I feel that that my metabolism was also not as fast as other people. I noticed, because I was always kind of like the chunky one. My sister, my younger sister, was actually even more chunky than me. So we knew, like, I knew that I was just gonna kind of keep that figure, and I did. Like, growing up, my butt was as big as my stomach. Unfortunately, I had a bubble butt and a bubble belly. Like, it was just like the messed up, like, how the heck? My mom was like, "Oh no, you always had a nice body, blah blah." She would like tell me like this huge thing, but to me personally, the same body that I had when I was younger, I see it now, but in a larger form, obviously. So as I grew up, puberty hit, and I started consuming more chocolate, more chips, and my mom would get us snacks all the time. But she was also physically fit. My mom was amazing. Like, she had the most amazing body. She was an aerobic instructor on top of being a social worker. Like, she was the epitome of fitness. Like, she was just amazing. She would really take care of herself. And the only weakness that I know till this day is she loves her ice cream. Loves her ice cream. She would stop at Cumberland Farms to get her ice cream. But anyways, as I grew up, I developed these bad habits of eating in my bedroom and kind of like tossing the wrapper to the side or hiding it just to make sure my parents don't find it. Well, my mom won't find it. And it would accumulate because I would forget about it. And then she would notice that. And she was so busy with the other kids that, because let me tell you, my other siblings, at least 2 or 3 of them were wild. So I was always the good child. Like, I was always the straight and narrow. So she really didn't have to worry for me at all. And I started working at 15. So everything that I bought was for myself or my nephew. I would literally eat and eat and eat and eat. Now, and I remember back in high school, like, I look at my body shape and I'm like, oh, it wasn't so bad. But the shape, I was so big that all my friends looked so good. And for me, growing up, I was just like, why am I so much taller than my friends? And I'll tell you, a lot of the girls that I hung around with were literally up to here to me. They were like 4 feet 11, 5 feet, 5 feet 2. They were so much smaller than me. So when I stand next to them, I look like a beast. So that also, I also felt self-conscious about that. And I never dated in high school. Never dated in high school. I wanted to. Never dated in high school. And I think that was a blessing in disguise. By the time I was 17, almost 18, I meet my husband. And by this time, I was about maybe 185, 180, maybe 180. By the time I got married, I was 215 pounds. So I was about the same weight as I am now. So I can probably throw on my wedding dress and it'll fit me the same. It was pretty crazy because I remember trying it on at 190 and it didn't fit. It was too big. So I was always thick. I was always chunky, and I felt that I needed to change. However, it was so hard. We would go to, back then in Lowell, Mass, there was a gym called Bally's, and we would go to Bally's. We would go in the pool. We would do the weights. At this point, that's when my brother got into weightlifting. He won on 12th grade. He won the championship for the most weight lifted. I don't even know about that, but I know that he maxed out at like almost 400 pounds, I think. I don't even know. I could be wrong, but he was really, like, physically, he was really strong. And then I had my other brother, Angel, who was physically fit because he was very athletic. My sister Amy was not athletic at all. She was strong as hell. She can take on a man, but she wasn't athletic. Then my sister Jessica always had a beautiful shape to her. She was thick in the right areas, always. And that's my nephew's mom. I always wanted her body because she had a similar shape to my mom. And then we got stuck with my dad's long arms, long fucking arms, and just, I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of my dad, but my mom goes, "No, you don't. You have me. You have a little bit of my butt." And I'm like, and I like cringe on that because we all know that we all want that bubbly butt. We all want to look good. We all want to have, that small waist. That my mom had that. My sister had that. I didn't. I was always kind of like square in a sense. Technically, I wasn't, because if you measure me, my waist is smaller than my butt. My butt's bigger. But I still look, for me, I still feel like, and it's not, look. It's not about the look. It's about how I felt. Because of the way I felt, it really drained me. And I also was made fun of for many years. And I don't think it was fair because I did nothing wrong to this person. And I don't hold any grudges, but I really hope that one day they understand that it did hurt me. And if their intention was to hurt me, congratulations, you did. You did. It did take a toll on me. I was focused on making sure that no one makes fun of me ever again. That didn't last long. It did not last long. So now I'm in a place where, well, actually 2.5 years ago, I started this program with Herbalife and I became a wellness coach. As I became a wellness coach, I was actually the same size as I am now. I was able to lose 35 pounds. I started with my water in the morning, then my tea. Then I went off and had my my shake at 10 o'clock. Then at 1 o'clock, I had my healthy snack. By 3 or 4, I had my dinner. And then before bed, I had my shake. So I was consuming roughly between 12 and 1,400 calories per day and about 100 to 120 grams of protein per day. That's what helped me lose the weight. And if people ask, yes, it helps. It helps being in a group setting, people who motivate you to lose the weight. But the reason why I was being motivated is because it was my business. Since I was a wellness coach, I had to show the good example that I could do it, you can do it. Well, I did it. And I was able to lose the weight. I was running. I was lifting weights. I think I was in, oh my God, I think I looked freaking amazing. And I want to go back to that. However, I don't want to go back to it. I don't know if that makes any sense. What I mean is I want to be in shape, but I want to be bulky. I do not want to be thin. I have the idea, like I have an ideal weight in mind that's going to make me feel comfortable with myself. And I'm thinking that 180 would be the perfect weight for me with muscles, of course. And not only will it be good for me, but it'll be good for my heart, my soul, my whole being. I think by that point, I will be able to get back to my full-time job. Not the full-time job that I had that I just quit. You can find that in another video. But I feel that in order for me to be successful in the future, I need to start working on me. Because everything that has happened in my life I feel like it happened so fast. My daughter's 18, my son's 17, my daughter's going to be 10. Like, there's just so much that I dealt with in my life that I deserve a vacation. Like, I do. I deserve to have some time to heal, to take care of myself. Because I struggle with that. I struggle with taking care of me because I'm so used to taking care of the household, you know? And I grew that mentality and said, you know what? I'm not going to do anything anymore. I'm going to allow my husband to take charge, because the way that my mom raised me was, you take charge. You do it, because no one's going to do it like you. And that, in part, has affected me because I'm very controlling in all aspects. Both my children, both my personal life, my relationship, everything. And I need to learn to let go of things and allow things to come as they do, you know. Like, I need to learn how to take a step back and let life happen. And stop being so damn controlling. I wanted to dictate what my life would look like in 5 years. I wanted to dictate what my life is going to look like in 10 years. It's great to have goals. Trust me, it's great to have goals. However, when I put so much stress on that it's going to be done, it's going to be done, it's going to be done, I put more pressure on myself. So, to end this, I want to say that I will continue my efforts on weight loss. Tomorrow's going to start my day 1. I am going to learn how to eat better again. And as I am talking here, I am 217.4 pounds. This is something that I am going to throw out to the world because I am going to make it back. I am going to lose this weight. I am hoping by the end of the year, I'm down to 200. And I think that's pretty fair. I think that is damn good for me to be at 200 pounds by the end of the year. I think it's important for everyone to treat their bodies with respect and love it. Take care of your mind, your heart, your soul. And know that if you take care of you, you're going to be much happier, and everyone around you will be much happier. Positive mind, positive vibes. On that note, thank you guys so much for listening to this vlog of my weight loss journey, my wellness journey. Don't forget to subscribe, like my channel, and also hit the notification bell because I will be showing you guys my progress as I go. Weekly progress. I promise you guys that. I promise. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Mwah. Thank you again for watching me and my craziness. No, love yourself. Don't forget, positive mind, positive vibes. Take care now. Bye.